Everyone, Mr. Price here with the next portion of our read aloud. We're continuing because of Mr. Terupt, and when we left off, we had reached the month of January in the book, and we heard quite a few chapters yesterday. They were short ones, but we heard from Jessica, Anna, and Danielle about their play date, and Danielle was left in that position where she had to ask her mom because Jessica and Anna are waiting to plan the date for when a time would work for Danielle. Then the class began discussing their celebration that they're going to have when the chain links reach the bottom of the floor. And it was suggested by Luke that they hang out inside and have kind of an indoor recess sort of time. And it was suggested by Danielle that they go outside for part of the time as well. And Jessica did not have any snow pants, and Luke offered to share those with her, which surprised her. And so we are continuing with another chapter from Luke. 27 links. That's how many it took for the chain to hit the floor. I was wrong. I had estimated 26. Mr. Terupt had us estimate the final number when we only had 5. Most everybody jotted down random guesses, but I took a ruler and measured the length of what we had and the length left to reach the floor. The real problem, the links were all different sizes, a variable that I couldn't control. I averaged the links that were hanging and used that to help me come up with 26 links. Alright, gang, Mr. Terupt said. 27 links. Let's see if anyone guessed that. He had all our guesses stuffed into an empty coffee can. I was hoping to be the closest. Maybe nobody got it right. He pulled our little scraps of paper out one by one. 21, 30, dollar word, 50. Everyone laughed except me. 23. Aha, he said. Here's one. 27. I lost. I can't believe I was wrong. And the winner is Anna. She must have guessed. There's no way she could have figured it out. Anna walked up to Mr. Terupt with her head held high. At least the winner wasn't Peter or Alexia. Congratulations, Anna, Mr. Terupt said. He handed her a homework pass. She was all smiles. I didn't need one of those anyway. Yay, Anna, Jessica said. Way to go. Oh, wait, Mr. Terupt said. There seems to be one more estimate that's correct. Must be Luke's, I heard someone whisper. Drum roll, please, Mr. Terupt said. And the second winner is Peter! No way, I screamed inside my head. Of course, Peter made a major production of walking to the front room and taking a dramatic bow. Thank you, he said. This is a great honor. Mr. Terupt handed him a homework pass. Get out of here, he said. Everyone laughed, except me. Peter flashed his homework pass in my face. The Elmer's sneakers didn't bother me, but this did. I felt hot. My face and ears burned. I turned lobster red. I could feel it. I'm gonna get even, I thought. The chain has touched the floor, Mr. Terupt announced. It's time for a free day. My colleagues, dollar word, and I were in for a treat. Mr. Terupt told us that we would be going outside. Great, I thought. But what's the catch? Was he going to tell us to bring our shovels, dollar word, to find out how many scoops it would take to clear the parking lot? Nope, just snow pants, hats, boots, and mittens, dollar word. We had the okay from Mrs. Williams to play in the snow as long as everyone had the proper snow clothes. Jessica threw us a curveball, and boy was it a bender. She didn't have snow pants. Talk about hitting us with the unexpected. So who comes to the rescue? Me. I had to. Plus, I like Jessica. She was nervous about school, and I didn't want to miss the chance to, or she was serious about school, and I didn't want to miss the chance to inoculate, dollar word, Peter with a snowball. Now we have a chapter from Jeffrey. It's not your fault. That was what Jessica had told me. And that was what I kept repeating in my head. The only other person to ever tell me that was Michael. It was just before he died. I have a hard time believing it, but his words still make me feel a little better. I need his words, and Jessica's, 'cause I know Mom and Dad blame me. They sure don't love me. Why else are they so silent? They don't speak to me. Rarely. And they never speak to each other. Dad has started going to work again, but Mom mopes around the house. She hasn't been out of her pajamas since Michael's funeral. Christmas was tough again this year. It was our second one without Michael. Not that we celebrated either time. Dad got a tree this year, though. It showed up one day in our living room. I put a few decorations on it. Mom pretended it wasn't there. And that brings us to February. And a chapter from Peter. It's been a minute since we heard from him. I ran into the classroom. Does everyone have their stuff? I yelled. Mr. T looked up from his desk. Calm down, Peter, he said. Does everyone have their stuff? I said again, still excited. Calm down, Mr. T said again. Take a deep breath. I took a deep breath. Then, in a normal voice, I said, does everyone have their stuff? I think so, Mr. T said. Let's go then! Let's go! I said, we'll go out later, Peter. Besides, we need to take attendance and lunch count and listen to morning announcements. Mr. T also figured if we went out and got soaking wet first thing, we'd be miserable for the rest of the day. He had a good point, but I still wanted to get outside. We spent the morning spread out all over the all over the place playing different games. I played categories with Mr. T, Luke, and Jeffrey. The letter B came up on the dice. We raced through putting down our ideas, and then it was time to share. We took turns going down the list, and then the item, things at the beach, came up. Jeffrey shared, then Luke and Mr. T, and when it was my turn, I leaned in and I said, babes. Who brings babies to the beach? Luke said. Not babies, babes, Jeffrey said. I almost died, but wait, it gets better. Our very own brainiac, Luke, sat there watching us laugh. Then he said, what do you mean? Can you believe that? He didn't know babes. I freaked. Sorry, I read that and my reading was a little off. So then he said, what do you mean? Can you believe that? He didn't know babes. I freaked. Holy smokes, I said. What rock are you living under? Mr. T jumped in at that point. Easy, Peter, Mr. T said. Lots of girls don't appreciate that term. It sounds as if you don't respect them. Part of being a man is knowing how to respect women. Oh, Luke said. Girls! His light bulb had suddenly turned on. Mr. T looked at me and smiled, shaking his head. Mr. T's the best, I thought. That was the last time I got to hang out with him. And so, that's where we're going to stop today. With a little bit of foreshadowing from Peter this time. I hope that's got some wheels turning in your head. I hope you're able to have some good thoughts and predictions about what we're going to encounter later in the story. And I hope you're looking forward to the rest of the tale. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.